Showing your ID.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And welcome to March, and welcome to America's greatest Heart Run and Walk, day one today.
Yeah, that's right. And today is looking a lot different than yesterday. It was cold, it was blustery, it was snowy in some spots. Today, sunshine and a little bit warmer.
Right.
Something I mentioned, though, too, because a lot of that lake effect snow happened yesterday morning. However, taking a look at this right here, if you're waking up and wondering why Utica saw at least more snow than expected, this was from an Oneida Lake effect event. This is something that we don't see this late in the season because typically this lake is already frozen over, but because it's been such a mild winter, the lake was at least unfrozen enough to produce a thin lake effect band to hit that very shallow corridor in Utica. So that is a very unique thing that happened last night. Around the state, though, things are quieting down. Temperatures in the 20s, in some cases cooler in the higher elevations out in Hamilton. And a live look at the radar, lake effect snow to the north coming to an end. We're tracking again that snow ending, sunshine and pleasant weather for your first day of March, and then following that, your weekend forecast straight ahead. But for the next 12 hours, you can see here a huge difference. Temperatures more mild in the 40s with plenty of sunshine. We have a look at what to expect for the Heart Run and Walk tomorrow, and then for the rest of the weekend straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Developing this morning, investigators from the Oneida County Sheriff's Office.
The Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Good morning. A beautiful shot of downtown Utica on this March 1st. Welcome back. We are looking at our commute cast for this morning and starting out a live look at road conditions across the Utica area and elsewhere. And as you can see from that snow both yesterday and last night, road conditions have improved even as far south as Route 20 and Route 8 on the intersection in Bridgewater. Some side roads might still have some snow on them, but again, conditions will continue to improve. Even across the roadways along I-90 and the arterial, drive times, nothing out of the ordinary. Average speeds typical for the roadways. You can see here 5S and Route 49. Average speeds around normal, 17-minute drive time on 5S, and Route 49 around a 10 to 11-minute drive. So again, heading to work this morning, there might be a couple spots of some snow-covered roads, the side roads, but besides that, main roads are plowed, they're treated, they're good. And for this evening, looking at sunshine and warmer temperatures, that snow we've seen yesterday will begin to melt as we warm up into the 40s. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The Biden administration is taking a major step toward
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back, everyone. Happy March 1st. Today is looking a little different than yesterday with sunshine and warmer temperatures. To start out, a live look at downtown Utica right now. Lake effect has shifted north, and we are looking at quiet conditions. Temperatures in the teens in Utica, 20 degrees officially at Rome, with some clouds again pushing to the north. But something to note too are the winds are now calm after a very blustery past day and a half, and as well as the sunrise getting earlier. 6:41 this morning. Around the state, as you can still see here, those winds have continued to calm and looking more quiet on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Just a few light snow showers taking place north of Old Forge right now, which will gradually come to an end as the morning progresses. And throughout the day, those temperatures continue to climb into the 40s for highs, rain chances, and snow chances non-existent. Looking at quiet weather throughout the day today, and of course plentiful sunshine throughout the morning, afternoon, and evening. Heading into the weekend, though, we're looking at a slightly different story. A cold rain to start out your Saturday, especially south of the valley. Temperatures reaching barely the low 40s. A little warmer on Sunday, but we're dealing with some stubborn clouds. Hopefully with that higher sun angle, the clouds do burn off by the late afternoon. But in more detail, if you're heading to the Heart Run and Walk tomorrow, here's what to expect. Temperatures in the mid-30s And again, that spotty cold rain here and there. So not completely dry. I do recommend bundling up a little bit if you're walking or if you are running. Again, it's cooler, but it's definitely not teens and single-digit wind chills like we saw yesterday, thankfully. The bigger picture, we've got a warm front shifting north and a brief round of high pressure keeping things completely sunny here today, but it looks a little different by tomorrow as that coastal low pressure moves up the Atlantic. As you can still see here, a few spots, some patchy freezing drizzle early tomorrow morning in the higher elevations with a cold rain elsewhere, especially in the Mohawk Valley. But our skycast, zooming in a little bit, we can see that sunshine today, temperatures climbing into the 40s. Increasing clouds heading into the overnight hours, and then by tomorrow morning, as you still see here, a spotty shower or two, and then that patchy drizzle, freezing in some spots, coming to an end as you warm up into the upper 30s to low 40s by the afternoon. Lingering stubborn clouds stick around overnight into early Sunday, and if we're lucky, we'll see some breaks by Sunday afternoon. But it will be warmer, though, with temperatures in the upper 40s. And so today, all across central New York, enjoy the sunshine and enjoy the warmer weather we're seeing. Not as warm as we saw, at least on Wednesday. And tonight, increasing clouds, lows in the 30s and 20s. 7-day forecast. Following this weekend, we continue to see mild weather, temperatures in the 60s with sunshine Monday and Tuesday and turning a little unsettled by Wednesday and Thursday. But March is here and it's showing more warm weather. We're watching next weekend, though. We got another coastal low. We'll see if that produces any snow, but for now, we'll enjoy the warmer weather today.
A good day ahead to get out there to the expo for the Heart Run and Walk.
That's right.
For sure. Eric, thanks. The time right now is 5:23. New this morning, the Smokehouse Creek fire that is still burning in Texas is now the largest wildfire ever in that state. According to officials, that fire has burned more than 1 million acres of land already. So far, 1 death has been attributed to the fire. The growing fire has forced evacuations as firefighters continue to try to contain it. That fire right now is only 3% contained. The time right now, 5:24, still ahead on Sunrise, March 1st, 2024.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And the big expo today over at Utica University, and good weather for folks to get out there and get their bibs and check everything out.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, 2 days ago, 60s, felt like summer, felt like spring, and then that cooled down, and we're back to nice weather again. Yeah. Sunshine, temperatures reaching the 40s for today. But look at those current conditions right now. Still some lingering clouds, currently 20 degrees in Rome. And before I get to our forecast, I was talking with Gary right before we came on, and the record high temperature for March was 86 degrees in 1998. That's just shocking to me, noticing like just how cold it was yesterday, and even though we're reaching the 40s today, just how warm 86 is. You usually don't see the 80s until June and July. But a live look at the radar, looking at quiet conditions, lake effect snow to the north, which will be coming to an end. We're tracking sunshine and pleasant weather for the day today if you do plan on coming to the expo. And beyond that, our weekend forecast calls for some rain to start, drying out by the second half, even with warmer temperatures as well. But over the next 12 hours, you can see here, plentiful sunshine, dry weather, a huge difference compared to yesterday. Those of you who saw some snow, some of it will begin to melt. We have that plus what to expect in detail for the race tomorrow and then the weekend ahead, straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. And don't forget that Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. 50 years strong today, Mark.
Welcome back, showcasing the weather photo of the day on this Friday, March 1st. This one is a nice shot of the winter on the tundra in Clinton yesterday. A great shot of the faded sunshine in the background. You can see some lake effect falling way out in the distance to the left. The snowy trees, a great shot there. Thank you to whoever submitted this one. Again, if you want to submit a photo like this, send it to WKTV.com/weather/pics with that link on the top of your screen right there. Or as well as submitting it through email if you can't quite submit it through the website there. Include the location, and as always, include your name if you would like credit. A look at the temperatures today. It starts out a bit chilly, but we warm up into the 30s, eventually the 40s by this afternoon with plenty of sunshine. Temperatures tonight cool down only into the 30s, right around freezing in some spots. It could cause the rain arriving by early tomorrow to start out possibly as a wintry mix or some patchy freezing drizzle. But beyond that, we warm up into the 50s for Sunday, into the 60s by Monday and Tuesday, remaining pretty mild to start out the first few days of March. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Just a couple of days ago, many of us were outside wearing
Most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Wild weather over the past few days, but things are quieting down this morning with clear skies in the Mohawk Valley and temperatures quickly climbing into the 40s this afternoon. Downtown Utica, live view right now. It's looking again quiet and drying up. That snow we received last night will continue to melt as even though it is 16 degrees officially in Utica, at Rome it's around 20, but the winds have calmed for the most part all across the state. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. We are entirely quiet here in the Mohawk Valley. There is some lake effect snow north impacting northern portions of Old Forge up near Inlet, but besides that, the rest of central New York is looking quiet. A sharp increase in temperatures throughout the morning, climbing into the 20s, 30s, and then eventually the 40s by 2 and 3 p.m. Winds looking weak, a light breeze, but nowhere near as windy as yesterday. Rain and snow chances, non-existent. And lastly, regarding cloud cover, plenty of sunshine throughout the day. A different story as we head into tonight and tomorrow. A coastal low moves into the Atlantic area, producing some rain showers here locally, the edge of that system, and temperatures in the 30s and 40s. A little warmer for Sunday with stubborn clouds that hopefully will break up by the late afternoon. But in more detail, if you are heading to the Heart Run and Walk for tomorrow, a heads up, it's going to be cool with temperatures in the 30s and a cold rain in some spots. So definitely bundle up if you're mainly doing the walk only, but it won't be too bad if you're running. There have been much colder days in the past. Bigger picture, warm front moves in. We've got high pressure briefly setting in this afternoon, keeping skies clear, weather dry, and a little warmer. But temporary changes to the weather bring yet another round of some light rain and showers to some parts of central New York. As you can still see here, that coastal low moves up the Atlantic. And then following that, that system passes. Stubborn clouds early Sunday, lasting throughout Sunday afternoon. But it is looking a little warmer as well. Temperatures in the 40s this afternoon, plenty of sunshine. Again, in more detail, you can see that cloud cover beginning to increase by early tomorrow morning. Some patches of freezing drizzle on higher elevations that do fall below freezing. And then following that, some more spotty rain showers throughout the afternoon. But for today across central New York, enjoy the sun and more mild weather tonight. Increasing clouds, turning more unsettled, temperatures in the 30s and 20s. 7-day forecast, warming up by Sunday into the 50s. As you head into Monday, even 60s, and Tuesday 63 for the high. And as we head into next week, 50s, but still looking relatively unsettled. Be right back.
The news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us on this Friday. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And let America's greatest Heart Run and Walk weekend begin today with decent weather, right?
Yeah, that's right. After pretty dicey weather yesterday, it's looking to be completely quiet again today. Mother Nature can't make up its mind, and the mind for today calls for sunshine and warmer weather. But something to mention, though, too, let's take a look at what we saw last night, because there was lake effect snow south of the valley throughout the day. However, in the late evening, there was Oneida Lake effect. Oneida Lake effect snow, because usually this lake is frozen this time of year, but the fact that it's still thawed caused a very thin band to directly hit parts of Utica. Some places saw 3 inches, maybe a little more of accumulated snow. That wasn't necessarily expected. Of course, the lake is so small and this is such a rare occurrence. It was not originally in our forecast. We figured to let you know about it because that's what caused that snow last night in Utica. Around the state, those temperatures in the teens right now, 18 in Rome with cloudy skies. Those clouds will decrease throughout the morning as the frontal boundary shifts north and warmer weather moves in from the south, but you can still see just some minor lake effect coming to an end in the North Country. Beyond that, snow ending north, sunshine and pleasant weather today, and we have a look at your weekend forecast in just a few minutes. But for the next 12 hours, enjoy that sunshine and warmer weather that should melt a lot of that snow. We're talking about potential for a cold rain to start out your weekend, but things trend on the warmer side. We'll talk about all that straight ahead. Gary?
And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. Developing this morning,
The Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Good morning, welcome back. Happy March 1st. Today is trending a little different than yesterday. And by a little, I'm talking about sunshine and temperatures in the 40s. But a look at the road conditions out there this morning. A great shot of the sunrise from the traffic camera looking along I-90 at Herkimer and Mohawk. But as you can see here, the roads are wet. They're treated. They're fine. Some side roads might have a little bit of snow on them, but you should have no issue at driving into work for today. Average speeds and drive times looking typical for I-90 and the arterial at this point. And then 5S and Route 49, you can still see here those drive times still looking right around average and at drive speeds as well. And heading out the door this morning, bundle up a little bit with those chilly temperatures. We dry up, sunshine moves in. As we head into this afternoon, still plenty of sunshine and temperatures in the 40s. Gary?
Eric, thanks. In addition to the FCC, the state new this morning, the Smokehouse Creek fire that is still burning in Texas is now the largest wildfire ever in that state. According to state officials, that fire has burned more than 1 million acres of land already. So far, 1 death has been attributed to the fire. The growing fire has forced evacuations as firefighters continue to try to contain it. The fire right now, though, is only 3% contained.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Regarding that fire, as a matter of fact, if you guys noticed either on Wednesday or Tuesday earlier this week, if you noticed at least a slight smoky smell in the air, that was from those wildfires. That strong southerly wind brought that smoke all the way up to the northeast. But none of that for now. It's actually quiet with sunshine. Temperatures still in the teens. A live look outside right now. But we're looking at a beautiful shot of the sunrise here in the Mohawk Valley. Currently 15 degrees. It's fallen about 5 degrees in the past hour with these entirely clear skies. 18 officially in Rome. A light eastern breeze, but nowhere near as windy as yesterday and yesterday evening. A live look at the radar. Quiet in the valley. A few light snow showers and flurries north, and temperatures continuing to climb into the upper 30s to low 40s. A sharp difference in that Arctic blast yesterday that produced some lake effect across the area. But regarding rain and snow, non-existent today, at least in the Mohawk Valley, and cloud cover, completely sunny skies from sunrise to sunset. Throughout the weekend, though, we trend a bit on the unsettled side, especially to start out on Saturday. A few rain showers. Some locations could see some patchy freezing drizzle in the higher elevations. Cold with temperatures in the 30s starting out, warming up into the 40s. A little warmer for Sunday with highs in the mid-50s, with stubborn clouds that hopefully should diminish by the late afternoon. But in more detail to the Heart Run and Walk, those of you heading out there tomorrow, bundle up if you're walking. It's going to be a cold rain here and there throughout both 7 a.m. lasting through 11 a.m. When the walk continues on. But for now, we're looking at clouds diminishing up to the north, high pressure building in briefly, creating completely sunny skies and warmer weather for today. But you can still see here a coastal low begins to arrive late tonight and into early tomorrow. We're missing the major extent of this, but you can still see the northernmost portion of it impacts parts of central New York. A few spotty rain showers throughout the mid-morning to early afternoon as we dry out with some lingering clouds by Sunday morning. Our Skycast still showing sunshine for today. Temperatures in the 40s. Snow will continue to melt. Tonight, increasing clouds, a chance for some patchy freezing drizzle in the higher elevations, some spotty rain in the lower elevations, a cold rain if that. And then beyond that, we're looking at temperatures in the 30s by tomorrow evening, drying up with stubborn clouds to start out your Sunday. But for today, enjoy the sunshine, temperatures in the 40s tonight. Looking at 20s and 30s with increasing clouds. 7-day forecast. A cooler day for Saturday, but we warm up, rebound into the 50s by Sunday, 60s by Monday and Tuesday of next week, followed by some more March showers. Not April showers just yet, but I feel like we're a month in advance. Winter hasn't really happened. We'll call it this month April.
It sounds good to me. And a lot of sunshine for us heading down to the expo later today.
Yes, beautiful blue skies expected today.
Yeah, sure. Join us today at noon down at the expo at Utica University. And be sure to like us on Facebook and follow. Is Friday, March 1st, 2024.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And for all those folks heading over to Utica University to get their bibs for tomorrow, sunshine this morning.
Yes, sunshine, warmer weather, a huge difference compared to yesterday. It's a chilly start right now, though, but that's what will be the case by this afternoon. Again, it is March 1st. Let's take a look at the changing weather for this month. This month, the temperatures will change fairly quickly. Look at the average high for March 1st and the average high for March 31st. 35 to 47, average low 19 to 30. And let's take a look at those sunrise and sunset times. 6:36, the sunrise March 1st, a little later from the 31st from daylight saving, of course. But look at that sunset, 5:50 the sunset on March 1st. By the end of the month, sunset will be near 7:30. So we'll see a much longer evening here in central New York as we head to the end of the month. But for now, again, it's chilly. Some lingering clouds coming to an end. North sunshine peeking out in areas south. And a live look at the radar. We're looking relatively quiet. We're still tracking some lake effect snow to the north, but again, that should be coming to an end as the morning progresses on. And again, for today, temperatures climbing into the 40s, plenty of sunshine, great weather to go outside. And of course, you haven't shoveled yet, go out and do that. But of course, Mother Nature might do that job for you because that snow will continue to melt. We're tracking some unsettled weather to start out your weekend, but more sunshine and dry weather and warmer weather to follow. We'll talk about that straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. 50 years strong today.
Welcome back. Happy Friday. Happy March 1st. To wrap up the week, we're showcasing our weather photo on this Friday, and this one is of the winter tundra in Clinton yesterday, one of the places that saw a good amount of that lake effect snow. Other locations including Secoit, Clayville, down in Litchfield, all the way down to parts of Richfield itself in Otsego County. In fact, you can see the beautiful shot here of that faded sunshine in the background, even in the far distance to the left, some lingering lake effect snow. Great shot. Thank you to whoever submitted it. If you want to submit a photo like that, send it to WKTV.com/weather/pics. Include the location, and as always, include the name of the person who took it if you want credit. Those temperatures today start out a bit chilly in the teens, but we warm up into the 30s and eventually the 40s by this afternoon with plenty of sunshine. A huge difference compared to yesterday. Not as windy as well, and on top of that, we are tracking more mild weather in the future, but we have a brief cool down heading into tomorrow. We'll talk about that straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Well, as you mentioned just a couple of days ago, many of us outside wearing shorts and a t-shirt, but the weather sure turned around quickly. News Channel 2's Kirk Tupai talked to some local folks yesterday about the very thin line of lake effect snow that brought quite a lot of snow for them.
The town of Paris snowplows spent the night and much of the day clearing over a foot of snow from the roadways. One of the drivers said whiteout conditions made it difficult to see the road. It wasn't much better in some spots this morning, and travelers like Dennis Miller are just happy to have made it home alive.
Last night, I couldn't see 10 feet in front of my truck. This is the first time I've been out yet today. I didn't actually think I was going to make it home last night.
73-year-old Norman Seymour took a little extra time clearing out snow from his driveway, and as much as he likes the snow, he says he'd like a little less of it.
Well, I shoveled some of the steps off over there. It does kind of make me a little winded, but I get the job done. Takes a little longer than it did a few years ago, but I suppose it keeps me young at heart.
Well over a foot of snow fell in Sequoit. Henrik Lodachevsky happens to like the snow as well, just not the sudden change in the weather.
Our winter has been certainly a roller coaster as far as weather. So I like winter. I like the winter can be beautiful. I would rather have perhaps a little less snow at a time, but look out and see the snow as opposed to in February having 60 degrees is just kind of weird. I'm looking forward to that in April.
Sequoit Valley Services snowplow driver Christopher Culp came to work with a big smile on his face and talked about what he expects for the day.
Busy, deep, everybody getting stuck. It's fun for me.
Not everyone was laughing. Alexis Davis had a long driveway to shovel by hand and had to take short breaks to warm up.
It's a hard work, you know. Been shoveling for probably an hour now almost. Yeah, but gotta go to work today, so shoveling the driveway.
It has been a mild winter so far. Larry Screeder says having a machine to help remove the bigger snowfalls makes winter fairly tolerable.
Yeah, it hasn't been a lot of snow at all. I mean, with the weather last week, you know, beginning of this week, 60s and 50s, you know. I don't mind this, and once in a while, you know, but I don't know if I want to do it every day.
In the town of Paris, I'm Kirk Tupai reporting for News Channel 2.
Central New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning and welcome back. The first day of March today starts out with chilly temperatures, some snow north, but we're tracking some sunshine throughout most of the day today. A live look from satellites way up in the sky. You can see the clearing sunshine out to the south and to the west that will move into our area within the next few hours. Again, that sunrise and sunset time getting farther and farther apart. 6:36, the official sunrise time today. So the sun has already risen. And as a matter of fact, throughout the month, we'll be gaining an hour and 28 minutes of daylight. This will be a very fast increase in daylight. You can see a beautiful shot right here in Oneonta facing the east. Looking at the beautiful sunrise over the city of the hills, and temperatures still chilly in some spots, dropping down to 10 in Hamilton, 18 in Rome. Some locations have fallen in the single digits. And quiet for most of the area. Some of our sky watchers up in the North Country reporting some light snow showers falling. However, this will weaken and come to an end as the morning progresses on. Throughout the day, we continue to warm up into the 40s by this afternoon with completely dry weather and plenty of sunshine. And not a completely dry weekend, though, as we look to Saturday and Sunday. First off, Saturday, a bit cooler. A cold rain to start out the day with temperatures in the 30s, reaching barely the low 40s. But we warm up a little bit on Sunday with stubborn clouds that hopefully should weaken by the late afternoon, but it'll still remain cloudy for the morning. But in more detail, if you are heading to the Heart Run and Walk tomorrow, a heads up, temperatures in the 30s, spotty cold rain showers between 7 a.m. and 11 a.m. So if you are planning on walking, bundle up. Or if you are running, again, it's not going to be too bad. There have been much colder days. For example, this could have been yesterday with those single-digit wind chills. The bigger picture, high pressure moving in from the south and west, bringing some sunshine for today, but it is temporary. A coastal low begins to form, and we're missing the brunt of the heavy rainfall, but you can still see the northernmost extent producing a few scattered rain showers here locally, and the clouds remain stubborn throughout at least the early part of Sunday. But in more detail, you can see today, sunshine, 40s, dry weather, a light breeze. Tonight, we're looking at increasing clouds. Some higher elevations could see some patchy freezing drizzle and a wintry mix, but most of the Mohawk Valley will be seeing a generally on and off cold rain to start out the day before things do dry out by the evening and remain dry throughout the overnight and into early Sunday. But for today, again, sunny, 40s, sunshine, pretty quiet weather compared to yesterday. For tonight, increasing clouds, lows falling only into the 30s. 7-day forecast. A cold start to your Saturday, but we warm up into the 40s, then 50s by Sunday, 60s by Monday and Tuesday. March is arriving with March-like weather, almost April-like weather with some rain showers following that. But again, this lake effect snow we've seen has been, or going to be turning into a distant memory by this weekend.
Yeah, melting is on its way.
Yes.
Eric, thanks. Well, today's talker brings us to Vegas.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on the CW11. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And get ready to head out to get your bibs for tomorrow's big run and walk, and you can do so. Plenty of sunshine and even warmer temperatures.
Yeah, that's right. A huge difference compared to yesterday. We got sunshine. It's warmer out. It's a bit cold, though, to start out the day today. And look at those temperatures across central New York. We can see it's in the teens. Those clear skies have caused those temperatures to plummet down to 10 in Hamilton. Some locations in the purple there have fallen into single digits. Lingering clouds in North Country, but across the rest of central New York, we're looking at plenty of blue skies, a great sunrise, dry on the radar aside from a few flurries in North Country. But a heads up for March's changing weather. We are going to warm up fairly quickly. It is going to be escalating from the average high of 35 to an average high of 47 by the 31st, average low rising into the 30s. And over the next 12 hours, we warm up into the 40s by this afternoon, with temperatures remaining on the somewhat mild side of the next few days. But we're looking at a cold rain possibly to start out your heart run and walk tomorrow. We'll talk about that, plus dry weather and warmer weather to follow that straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Investigators from the Oneida County Sheriff's Office have their...
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, welcome back. Happy March 1st, everyone. And today is shaping up to be a lot different than yesterday. Winds are more calm, sunshine is more prevalent, and the temperatures are warmer. A live look at downtown Utica right now. Gorgeous blue skies, a great sunrise to start out your Friday. It's still chilly out there. Temperatures in the teens, 16 degrees officially, 18 out in Rome, 12 in Hamilton, even colder in the purple areas in the higher elevations. On a live look at the radar, there was a brief round of some light snow in the North Country, but that is since weakening and coming to an end as the weather remains dry and sunny, but also warm too. Temperatures rebounding from yesterday up into the 40s by 2-3 p.m. Rain chances and snow near non-existent, and of course plenty of sunshine heading throughout this afternoon. But as you approach the weekend, especially on Saturday, weather turns a little bit more unsettled. A few spotty rain showers, a cold rain, temperatures in the morning in the 30s, warming up in as high as the upper 30s, low 40s by the late afternoon. For Sunday, stubborn clouds, warmer. If we're lucky, we'll see some sunshine, but still it is going to be a mainly cloudy start to the day today, or at least for the day on Sunday. Regarding the Heart Run Walk, in more detail, if you're heading between 7 and 11 a.m., again, spotty, cold rain showers, temperatures in the 30s. I recommend if you're walking to bundle up, and if you are running, definitely, it's not too bad, at least compared to the weather that we saw yesterday. Bigger picture, high pressure is moving in from the southwest as of now, creating completely sunny skies this afternoon. But notice here a coastal low begins to move in. We're missing most of the rain showers from this, but you can still see here the northernmost extent of it could produce some rain here locally, especially in the late morning to early afternoon. And still some stubborn clouds across the area by Sunday. But for today, enjoy the sun, enjoy the temperatures in the upper 30s to as high as the mid 40s. This evening and tonight, clouds begin to increase, and then by tomorrow, again, spotty cold rain showers, temperatures in the 30s, drying out by tomorrow evening, and looking at mostly cloudy sky to start out your Sunday, but even warmer too, with temperatures climbing into the 50s. But for today, across central New York, enjoy the sun, enjoy the warmer temperatures in the 40s. Tonight, mostly cloudy, lows in the 30s and 20s. 7-day forecast. Heading into Sunday night, low of 38, 60s by Monday and Tuesday for the first full week of March. Good afternoon, Gary and Katrina. Yes, it's been a nice day so far. It was a chilly start. Temperatures starting out in the teens, but we're seeing lots and lots of sunshine, a great contrast to the wild weather we saw yesterday. So those of you who want to come out today, again, the weather's looking fantastic. Those temperatures are going to be climbing up into the 40s for highs today. Winds not too bad. And on top of that, too, again, we're looking at plentiful sunshine all across central New York. A live look at those cameras from the New York State Mesonet Camera Network. You can see, of course, gorgeous blue skies. And the weather is cooperating today. It might not be the case for tomorrow. We're not talking about snow or really cold temperatures, but we could be in for a cold rain, at least for some parts of the morning. We'll talk about that in just a few minutes. But again, today we're looking at temperatures again in the 40s with lots and lots of sunshine. I'll talk a bit more about that forecast for tomorrow for the Heart Run and Walk, as well as the full weekend forecast straight ahead. Back to you.
Great news with all that sunshine. Everyone can make it down here without any problems at all. And you know what? Imagine.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon and welcome back, everyone. We are currently live at the expo here at the Heart Run and Walk Expo, and as you can see here, those temperatures this afternoon are continuing to climb, much warmer than yesterday. Currently at 37 degrees in Whitesboro, 40 out in Westwood, 33 up in Otter Lake at this point. And to give you guys a heads up on the forecast for tomorrow, unfortunately, it's not going to be all sunshine like we're seeing today. We got a coastal low we're tracking that will bring a cold rain to us, at least in the early morning. And temperatures will be hovering around the 30-degree mark, 37 degrees by 9 a.m. And for the start of the walk, as you can see there, 39 degrees by 11 a.m. And look at the skycast as we head into the next few days into the weekend. As you can see here, sunshine, lots of it today. Well, you notice those clouds are going to increase tonight. Those temperatures fall right around freezing. And then we're talking about a cold rain, spotty rain, not completely widespread to start out the race itself. Things dry out, though, as we head into Saturday evening into Saturday night. Looking at cloudy skies. If we're lucky, we might see some peaks of sunshine as we head into Sunday itself, but it's going to be warmer, though, as we head into Sunday, with temperatures climbing into the 40s and eventually the 50s to wrap up the weekend. And as we head into the next few days, take a look at this. Temperatures even warmer as well, up into the upper 50s to low 60s as we head into the next few days. But again, for today, enjoy the sunshine. We got colder weather tomorrow, relatively, but we're talking about even warmer temperatures as we head into next week. We'll talk all about that in detail in the next half hour. Back to you.
Eric, thanks now to a heartfelt connection. I know today's nice, but you were mentioning back in 1992.
Before you were born.
During the Heart Run and Walk back then, things were totally different, right?
Yeah, that's right, guys. Before I was born. But let's see if you guys remember back in 1992, so after 50 years of the Heart Run and Walk, we're looking at 50-degree temperatures to start out the day, but As the morning progressed, a flash freeze. Temperatures dropped to 11 degrees. It was bitterly cold, comparing to what we saw over the past few days with that flash freeze Wednesday night and into Thursday. But yes, right now the sun is shining, temperatures climbing, upper 30s, low 40s. Tomorrow a different story, not as cold as 11 degrees, but we might be seeing temperatures in the 30s and maybe a cold rain. We'll talk about that forecast in detail straight ahead. Back to you guys.
Yes.
Eric, thank you. And just about 50 feet down from us, the tread.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
I'm live here at the Expo at the Utica University, and right now those temperatures continue to climb. We're actually reaching near 40 degrees already in Utica. You can see 40 in Whitesboro, 42 in Westmoreland, and that sun is shining. A great day to get out and enjoy what's going on here, the festivities, everything, all at the Expo. Something to look at too. It's March 1st. Let's talk about some of those March milestones. Look at this right here. 35 is the average high on the 1st, but look how quickly it warms. As you look ahead into the March 31st, temperatures climb to 47 for the average high, but my favorite part is the sunlight. Take a look at these sunrise and sunset times. Now, daylight saving, the sunrise gets a little bit later, but take a look at that sunset. 5:50 the sunset today. On the 31st, 7:26, near 7:30 sunset. And of course, you factor in all that. We gain an hour and a half of sunlight within this month. So one of my favorite months of the year because of that. If you're heading to the Heart Run and Walk tomorrow, again, it's not going to be as sunny as today, a little cooler. We could be talking about a cold rain in some spots, temperatures in the 30s, and it's on and off rain, not completely dry as what we're seeing today. But it could be worse. It could be below zero. It could be an Arctic blast like we saw a few days ago, but we'll take the weather when we get it. I want to grab that umbrella, although just in case. And again, today, it's sunny out. Temperatures are climbing into the 40s at this point, and sunshine will continue with clear skies as we head into the evening and overnight. And your 7-day forecast, again, dry to start out for today. Tomorrow, not so dry, but as we head into Sunday, we're talking about temperatures climbing to as high as the mid-50s. Stubborn clouds to start out that day on Sunday, but the warm weather does stick around. We are saying goodbye to those 20s, those Arctic chills, and saying hello to more sunshine, and temperatures in the 60s start out the first full week of March next week, with 60 and 63 the high on Monday and Tuesday. But again, today, it's great weather, sunshine across the board, temperatures in the 40s. But again, if you're heading out tomorrow, I'd recommend bundling up, grab that umbrella just in case if you're walking. But again, it's not too bad. We still could see colder temperatures compared to what we're seeing for tomorrow. For now, I'll send it back over to you guys, Gary and Zach.
And joining me now is our own digital content manager, Zach Lewis. You may have seen him.
Big change in the weather. We had a decent day today, but I don't think the weather is going to hold on for Heart Run. It does look like we're going to be dealing with some rain in the morning. It looks light, but it looks pretty steady. So if you're heading out tomorrow, you're going to want to grab a rain jacket, an umbrella, and again, just plan on dealing with some cooler temperatures. We'll be in the 30s throughout the morning, and again, it's going to feel pretty damp too. The rain looks to begin around 7 a.m. In Utica, but again, we're looking at once it moves in, it'll be around for a good portion of the morning. Again, the good news is it's not expected to be all that heavy. When I look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, it's dry this evening. Turned out to be a nice day. Temperatures made their way into the mid to upper 40s. We're actually at 47 degrees at Griffiths and Rome, so that's quite a rebound since yesterday. We'll hold on to mostly clear skies this evening. Temperatures will cool off very quickly. So some light rain here as we head into Saturday morning. It's not going to rain the whole weekend, though. It looks like we're going to get back to some very spring-like temperatures looking ahead. We've got to look at the forecast coming up. Back over to you.
All right, Bill, thank you. Here are the times to know for tomorrow. The 18-mile run.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We are live here at the Heart Run and Walk Expo at Utica University, and we're getting you ready for The walk tomorrow, the walk and run, unfortunately, we do have some rain to deal with as we head into Saturday morning. The start time of that is about 7 to 9 a.m. And once it arrives, I think it's going to be widespread. But the good news is it looks to be relatively light, but it is going to be a chilly day, a damp day. You're going to want to make sure you have an umbrella and a rain jacket if you're going to be going out and spending time outdoors here throughout the day tomorrow. The rain will be with us for most of the day, although I think it will lighten up later on in the afternoon and evening. Live look outside, things look pretty quiet. Turned out to be a beautiful day today. A nice recovery after yesterday's wind and really cold weather and all that lake effect snow. Temperatures this evening, Whitesboro 47 degrees, Cooperstown 45, Lake Pleasant 39, Inlet 38. Saw a decent amount of melting snow. We'll fall pretty close to freezing tonight. This is not a classic black ice setup, but just be careful on untreated surfaces. There might be a few spots of ice first thing tomorrow morning from that. Temperatures are going to warm up. Tomorrow is going to be a cool day. We'll be in the low 40s, and that's mainly because of the clouds and the rain. But look at the rest of the next 5 days here. We're up to 56 on Sunday. We're back into the 60s on Monday and Tuesday, and that milder weather is going to stick around for a good portion of next week. Taking a look at our skycast tonight, increasing clouds. Overnight lows drop down into the low 30s. There could be some pockets of ice, a little bit of a wintry mix in the deep pockets of the Adirondacks first thing tomorrow morning. But again, for most of us, it's a cold rain. Temperatures start out in the mid-30s, 9 a.m., 36 in Utica. Again, widespread light rain will be sticking around throughout the morning and into the afternoon. The end time of the rain looks to be after 5 p.m. Again, it's going to take a little while for this to move out. Some patchy drizzle tomorrow evening, but we do get a chance to dry out on Sunday. That looks to be a much nicer day. Clouds giving way to some breaks of sunshine later in the day. Temperatures climb into the low 50s. Increasing clouds tonight, low of 32. Scattered showers around tomorrow morning, becoming more of a steadier rain, a high temperature of 42. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast looks really nice on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. We warm up. Temperatures will be in the mid-50s Sunday, into the low 60s on Monday and Tuesday. And then some rain showers look to return, looking ahead to Wednesday and Thursday. So again, not really the greatest weather here Saturday morning, but again, dealing with some rain in the morning. Things get better as we head into Sunday. Back over to you, Kristen.
All right, Bill, thank you. But people will come out no matter what. Much more from the Healthy It is here in the gym for us. Bill, good evening.
Yeah, unfortunately, I have to be the bearer of bad news tonight. We have some rain in the forecast for Saturday. It looks like it's going to start around 7 o'clock in the morning, and it's going to stick around. Temperatures will be above freezing, but not by much. It is expected to be a cold rain. The good news is it does look like this rain will be relatively light, but you're going to want to grab an umbrella if you're going to be walking tomorrow, and make sure you have the rain jacket handy. Turned out to be a lovely day today, though, didn't it? And a nice recovery from yesterday. Temperatures made it into the upper 40s this afternoon. Clear skies this evening. The clouds will be thickening up as we head into tonight. And again, the rain showers will be here first thing Saturday morning, but they don't stick around. It looks like the second half of the weekend's looking a lot nicer. Get a look at the forecast coming up. Kristen, back to you.
All right, Bill, thank you. No excuses if you want to take part.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We are live here at Utica University getting ready for the Heart Run. Temperatures are going to be on the chilly side Saturday morning, but of course the big story is going to be the rain. It doesn't look like the rain is going to let up here. It'll be relatively light. It starts at 7 to 9 a.m. It'll be around for most of the morning, steady, widespread, but not heavy. Temperatures will be in the mid-30s rather, so it is going to be a pretty chilly and damp day, so dress appropriately. The weather will improve as we head into Sunday. It is going to get a lot warmer here as we head into the second half of the weekend. Live look outside. What a lovely day. Lots of sunshine. Now that we're into March, the sun angle noticeably higher and stronger, helping to melt the snow. Temperatures are still above freezing for most of the area. Whitesboro, 44 degrees. Little Falls, 40. Cooperstown, 41. Westmoreland, 41 degrees. Temperatures do fall tonight. We'll get close to freezing. Normally when we get a big snow melt. We always have to watch the temperature in case it falls below freezing. That usually causes black ice, but with a slower drop in temperature, I don't think it'll be quite as widespread of an issue as we head into tonight. Temperatures are going to be pretty warm here, with the exception of tomorrow. We're in the 40s again, but again, it's cloudy and it's wet. You'll really notice the difference Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. It's going to feel very spring-like, sunshine, mid-50s Sunday. We're into the low 60s again on Monday and Tuesday. And just for some perspective, our average high for early March is around 40 degrees. So once again, we're going to be seeing well above average temperatures here. It's been kind of the theme of the winter, and it looks like that's spilling into March. Looking at our Stern Tracker 2 Skycast, increasing clouds tonight. Overnight lows drop down into the low 30s. Widespread light rain Saturday morning. There could be a few pockets of sleet and freezing rain in the heart of the Adirondacks. I'm not expecting that to be an issue across the Mohawk Valley. Temperatures are expected to be in the mid-30s, so above freezing. Heading into tomorrow afternoon, the rain continues. The rain comes to an end as we head into tomorrow night. So a little bit of patchy drizzle and fog. Temperatures drop down into the low to mid-30s heading into Saturday night. The clouds are going to stick around for the first part of Sunday, but I do think we'll see some sunshine as we head later into the day, and that should help bring temperatures above 50 degrees. Increasing clouds tonight, low of 32. Tomorrow, rain showers around throughout most of the day, temperatures in the low 40s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. The weather looks nice as we head into Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. We're expecting to see some sunshine, and again, we warm up. Temperatures in the low 60s Monday and Tuesday. Widespread rain looks to return on Wednesday and Thursday, with high temperatures in the mid-50s. Back over to you.
All right, Bill, thank you. Still ahead here on News Channel 2 at 6. It is hockey night in Utica.
Tomorrow, Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis joins us now with a look at what may not be so great.
Yeah, grab an umbrella. It could be worse, but it could be better.
Could be snow.
Could be snow. Looking at rain, and it's a cold rain. Temperatures will be in the 30s throughout tomorrow. Good news is that traction should be okay. We're not going to be looking at any slippery roads. We'll stay above freezing as we head into tonight. But again, you're going to want to grab the umbrella, the rain jacket. Again, it does look like a cold, damp morning across the region. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Stern Tracker 2 Doppler radar. All is quiet across the region. Some clouds will be moving in tonight. Still clear at Griffiths and Rome. Temperatures 35 degrees. That's about as far as we'll go overnight. Temperatures will bottom out in the low to mid 30s. We'll see an increase in cloud cover, and we expect to see some rain break out between about 7 and 9 a.m. The weekend does not look like a complete washout. It looks a lot warmer heading into Sunday. We've got to look at the forecast coming up. Ben, back to you.
Bill, thank you very much. A Rome man is facing charges.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're getting you ready for the weekend. Saturday, not the best day to be outdoors. We're looking at scattered rain showers. Actually, it's a steady light rain for most of the day. High temperature of 42. Stubborn clouds Sunday. Should give way to at least a little bit of sunshine. Temperatures will be warmer in the low to mid 50s. It's dry out there this evening. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery Stern Tracker 2 Doppler radar. We saw a lot of melting snow today, especially with that strong March sun. We won't see quite as much tomorrow, even though we do climb above freezing. The cloud cover, the rain should keep the snow melt a little bit less than what we saw today. But still, the snow will be gradually melting here, especially by Sunday and Monday. We've got some very warm weather ahead. The next weather maker is approaching from the south, the southwest. This is an area of low pressure that will be passing south, but not south enough. We are expecting widespread rain here as we head into Saturday. We're going to be on the northern fringe of this, so it won't be all that heavy. Tonight, increasing clouds. Overnight lows drop down into the low 30s. Saturday morning, 7 a.m., that's when some very light rain starts to break out. There could be a very light wintry mix in the deep pockets of the Adirondacks that could make for a few slippery spots very early Saturday morning, but I don't think that's going to last for very long. Temperatures are expected to climb into the upper 30s to low 40s in the afternoon. The rain gradually comes to an end Saturday evening, some patchy fog and drizzle into the evening time, but by Sunday, we do get a chance to dry out. Stubborn clouds in the morning should give way to at least a few breaks of sunshine as you get into Sunday afternoon, with high temperatures climbing into the low to mid 50s. Rainfall amounts, I think a general quarter to half an inch of rain is expected for most areas tomorrow. It's on the lighter side, but again, it is going to be steady throughout the day. Tonight, looking at increasing clouds, overnight lows drop down into the low 30s. Steady rain throughout the day tomorrow. Temperatures climb into the low 40s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Again, heading out to the Heart Run, bring the umbrella. Temperatures will be in the low 40s. Looking at sunshine as we head into late Sunday. Next week looks beautiful, at least a beautiful start. Temperatures in the low 60s Monday and Tuesday. Sunshine, rain returns Wednesday and Thursday.
I thought spring wasn't for a couple weeks.
Coming early.
Yeah, it is. I guess so.
Yeah.
Guess the Puxatawny Phil there, he was wrong again.
I thought he said it was going to be an early spring.
Well, I can't remember.
Yeah,
I
think he got this one right, Ben.
Did he?
I know.
Should never trust a groundhog with the weather. Thanks, Bill. Coming up next, your forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis. Survey says not so great.
Could be worse.
Yeah, it could be snow.
Grab the umbrella. Yeah, we're looking at a cold rain tomorrow. Temperatures start out in the 30s, mid 30s. So the umbrella, the rain jacket, and again, something to keep you warm here throughout the morning if you're going to be heading out to the Heart Run. The weather will improve for later in the weekend. Live look outside, things are looking quiet. This is live look at the Airfield Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Lovely day today. Temperatures made it into the upper 40s, but again, not going to have that same luck for tomorrow. Clear skies being reported at Griffiths and Rome, a temperature of 37 degrees, a light east wind at 7 miles an hour. Overnight lows drop down into the low 30s, increasing clouds. The start time of the rain tomorrow is about 7 a.m. for most of us. Again, that rain's going to linger around for most of the day, but it does look a lot nicer on Sunday. We're going to look at the weekend forecast coming up. Ben, back to you.
Bill, thank you very much.
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Good evening. We're getting you ready for the weekend. Some rain showers around Saturday. That'll last most of the day. Temperatures in the low 40s. Sunday looks nicer. Clouds giving way to sunshine. Clouds may be stubborn in the morning, but we should get some sunshine before the day is done. Dry outside on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. The snow melt will slow down a little bit tomorrow. Won't be quite as warm as today. Tracking an area of low pressure moving in from the south. This will bring widespread steady rain to the area as we head into tomorrow. We'll be on the northern fringe of this, so the rain looks relatively light. Let's time it out for you. Tonight, increasing clouds. For those of you participating in the Heart Run and Walk, this is what it looks like at 7 a.m. A few very light showers. There could be some mixing, light icing in the Adirondacks, but I think that will be the exception. The rain develops as we head into the late morning, and it sticks around throughout the majority of the day. Temperatures will be in the low 40s. The rain moves out. The clouds hang around into Saturday night and Sunday, but we should see some dry air punch in and bring us sunshine before the day is done. High temperatures climbing to the mid-50s. Rainfall amounts look to be about a quarter to maybe as high as a half an inch, but they're relatively light. The rain will be, again, falling very light but very steady throughout most of the day. Heading into tonight, again, we're looking at dry weather, looking at rain showers throughout the day tomorrow. Temperatures climb into the low 40s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. The weather looks nice on Sunday, especially Monday and Tuesday, as we climb into the low 60s. Under partly to mostly sunny skies, rain returns on Wednesday, but it is still much warmer compared to average with highs in the 50s. Ben, back to you.
Bill, thank you very much. Up next, the Friday Night Sports Express.